Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Muji ji ki jai. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time here, the way to ask questions is through the chat window. And I don't see any chat. So if you can let me know that it's working fine, the audio and video are fine, then we can get started. Okay, very good. I see it now. I was wondering for a second there. Namaste. Why am I late? I didn't realize I was late. 4. Maybe there's some confusion about the timing. No, it's not late. Very good. I see everything now. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Very good. Just a minute or two. Okay, that's fine. Freedom is available to all of you now, right here, right now. It's the simplest thing and it's available right now. So let's look at Shiv Mahima has a question. She says, or he says, Ananta ji question, does one have to have the astrology to bring about self-realization? Does one have to have the astrology in the sense, does one have to have the karma? Does one have to have the destiny to have self-realization? It might seem that way. It might seem that way in the play of the world. That a destined few come to this truth or come to the right conclusion about themselves. But the fact is that it seems that way in the play. To you, it does not matter. The real you is beyond karma. The real you is beyond astrology. You are the one that controls destiny. Destiny does not control you. So do not base your freedom on what it appears to be for others. You can find your freedom right now. And that is what I was saying, that it is the simplest thing now. In fact, there are no excuses left for non freedom. There are no excuses left for bondage now. Some of you said, I cannot do self inquiry. It is too difficult, it is too abstract. Some of you said that. So we said, okay, don't do self inquiry. Just let go of your thoughts. It is the simplest thing. Then some of you said, I cannot let go of all of my thoughts. Then we said, okay, don't let go of all of your thoughts, just let go of the next one. Don't even think about the future. Just let go of the next one which is coming now. We cannot make it simpler than that. Then some of you said, I cannot become aware of my own true nature as awareness itself. And we said, are you aware now? And answering this simple question, are you aware now? You become aware of your true nature as awareness itself. And in the same way, some of you said that I cannot become aware of my being. I am not aware of the sense I am. And we said, can you stop being now? Can you stop being now? And naturally, it is seen that being cannot be stopped. So, just in this simplicity of being able to say, let go of your next thought, or being able to ask, are you aware now? And then to ask, can you stop being now? Just in this much, all the scriptures, all the understanding, everything that we speak of is condensed in these three simple points. Can we make it simpler than this? Is there any part of this which is difficult to comprehend? Is there any room for the mind now for you to say that realization is difficult, or it's not for me, or it does not seem real, or that it does not exist now? We have left no room for it now. So if freedom is truly what you want, then in great simplicity it's available already here. Now you can tell me, what is your difficulty? What is not understood? Is there anything abstract, complex left now? We really brought it to the clear basics with complete simplicity. Can you put on this fan?
Can you call Sarah? Who's that?
Thank you. Keep my phone is fine over there. My daughter is intent on interrupting satsang today. Go give him a call. My phone is lying there.
No. Too tired.
I can't make a phone call in the middle of satsang.
Why?
It's satsang. Go see if she's downstairs.
Yeah, I know she is. Like, she won't come.
Why?
Because whenever I go to call her, she didn't play with me.
Just leave her.
Yesterday was my day. Yesterday I played with her.
Okay, then you call her.
She won't come.
Tell Saurabh uncle that Papa was trying to call him.
Okay, I tell Mama.
Thank you. Shanti says, good morning / afternoon, Sangha and Father. And she says, I am happy to see you play this father role. So sweet. So if Shiv Mahima is still here, she can ask whether the question is answered now, whether it's completely clear, or something still remains from it. Is it too noisy with this fan? Is the audio become bad now? It's all right? Okay. Audio is fine. Okay, great. Namaste. Very good. Namaste. Vishwas says it's okay, you can let the fan be, must be hot. Yes, it is a little warm, but not hot enough for air conditioning, so I felt that the fan will be good. So now what we are saying is that freedom is the simplest thing. And you can disprove me if you disagree. I'm happy to look at this together with you. Shiv Mahima says, thank you. My difficulty is my environment is in complete contrast to this spiritual life. It has in some ways fueled my finding of gurus, but sense of material accomplishment runs high in the family. Yes. And it is very much the same in this case also. Very much the same in this case also. So it's completely possible. It's completely possible right now to be completely free, irrespective of the environment. It's not okay to leave everything. Shiv Mahima says, it's not okay to leave everything. But there is nothing here which said that you must renounce everything. He did not say that. I have a job, I have a family, I have responsibilities, but all is allowed to unfold on its own. So we do not say renounce the world, we only say renounce the mind. And I don't even want to say it in such a scary way. All that is said is let go of your next thought. That is all that is required for freedom. Complete freedom. All you must do is in every moment just let go of your next thought. So even leave the thought that I must give up my family or leave everything or something special must be done. Because if it is something that needs to be done, it would mean that it is something that needs to be created. It would mean that some effort is required to create the self. But the self is already ever present. It is already here, isn't it? You already call it the self. The meaning of the self means it's ever present. It's already here. It is my own self. If it required a creation or some effort or even a renunciation of something, then it would not be the self. If it required work to be done, then it would mean that it requires effort to maintain it also. In this way, we can see that this is the ego, which requires work to be done and effort to maintain it. So, the effort required to maintain the ego is that belief in our thoughts. As we keep believing our thoughts, we keep nourishing our ego. But if you were to stop this nourishment, if you were to stop this effort of believing our thoughts, then you will find that the ego fades away very quickly. Therefore, the effort is not to find the self, the effort is actually believe that we are something else. That is why I'm saying we've made the crux of spirituality completely simple and approachable for all of you. And I feel there is really no reason left for the mind, there is no excuse left for the mind now. No difficult practice, no anything required to be done. Everything is available right here, right now. Claire says, you make it so simple and I'm so grateful. Thank you, my dear. Yes. You want to make it completely clear, approachable, and simple for all of you. All that is required seems to be the presence of some openness. And if that little bit of openness is there in all of you, then freedom will be seen right now actually. That we have been searching for is available already here. In fact, you will start questioning how you ever believed that you were bound. This belief will sound completely silly and unfathomable to you. Can any of you show me how you are bound right now? No. Shiv Mahima says, letting go of thoughts creates serenity in being. But my job is very high pressure with boss wanting goals to be accomplished. It creates a rift because my being is far from planning. Do not need to be planning. God's plan is the best plan. And God knows how to play every role perfectly. Every role can be played: parent, employee, worker, businessman. There is no role which cannot be played. In fact, the role is already being played by God itself. There is no you right now, even, which is saying that I do the planning. This you just does not exist. So, the state of surrender that we speak about is only the understanding that we are ever surrendered. The individual entity or the ego never existed anyway. So, the goal of letting go of thoughts is not just to create serenity, it is to rid yourself of delusion. And the delusion is what? That I am a separate person. And most of you have seen now that this person just does not exist. It was a pure figment of imagination. So, all that is happening, the boss is God, you are God, all the workplace is God, everything is only the Supreme One. It is only God pretending to play the role or the game of person. So let the one who is doing do everything anyway. All that you are is being itself. Just be the witness of all of this play. And the mind will say, but does that mean I will become passive? No. Being a witness does not mean that you will become active or passive. It only means that you will be the witness of all of this play. The activity or the passivity is exactly what is meant to unfold. So don't try to predict what will happen through this body mind, because that is asking for guarantees before the surrender. It is like surrendering, it is like saying that I am completely surrendered, but make sure you take care of the person. And that is not surrender. Ustreamer 297 says, Master, there is a concept of recognition left here. Hmm? What recognition? Master, there is a concept of recognition left here. The self of, in the sense of self recognition, I'm presuming the question is. So, very good question. And I have the simplest solution for you. Are you aware right now? This recognition, don't try to make it an experience. If you are asking for experiences, then that is not self recognition. That is just experiences. If you're asking for fireworks, then that is not self realization. Self realization is asking the simple question, are you aware right now? And you will simply see that there is an awareness of awareness already here. And that is self recognition, pure self recognition with no contamination. I'm happy to carry on this conversation. Shanti says, it is seen to be simple, and something has been fighting with this simplicity and trying too hard. Exactly. Leaving this at your holy fate. I love you. I love you too. Yes. We have been making hard work out of nothing at all. The self is already here. Shiv Mahima says, my family freaks out when concept of leaving job is put in front of them. Why you want to pre-decide whether the job will be left or not? Why do you want to presume that for self-realization the job must be left? Let go of every thought and let every moment unfold on its own. Don't pre-decide, don't prejudge. Let everything unfold through the grace of the Guru itself. Thank you. Marcel says these words parting the veil of delusion. Very good. Jasminder says hello. As there is increasing clarity, there is also a sense of depression. Can you help here, please? It does seem like that sometimes because there comes for some beings a sense of sadness. It's like a sadness of letting go of an old friend. This is just some emotional residue because we feel like it is the death of something which was always with us. So, as we keep letting go of the person idea, for some beings there emerges some sadness. And as long as you're not interpreting or believing the interpretation of this sadness, then this sadness can be allowed to come and go. I don't want to glamorize this by saying that this is your time of final struggle. I don't want to say that this is your 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness. I don't want to say any of that because ultimately you are completely untouched by this. Just know that it is not uncommon for this kind of sadness to emerge, but you stand your ground, you keep letting go of the interpretation, and you will see that even this one day when you wake up will not be there. It is not your depression. It is not your depression. The feelings are arising in some way, the depression is arising in some way. Let it also dance the way it wants to dance and let it go. Just like any other spiritual experience, any other experience which is coming in front of you, don't give more reality to the sense of depression. Just know that it is another feeling, but the witnessing of this feeling is untouched by the feeling itself. Do you feel that there is a sense of I am depressed? Because you already say that more clarity is emerging, therefore it means more freedom is there. Then it cannot be said very easily that I am depressed. It's more like some feelings, some dark feelings seem to be emerging and they can be let go of. Don't resist them, don't fight them, don't say that they should not come. They're just some residue, some repressed emotions which are getting released. Let them come and let them go. Don't analyze them, don't interpret them at all. And also don't make them a part of any story. Do not say that I am depressed. You said it already quite well. You're saying it in the sense of there's an appearance of this here, and what appears will disappear also if we don't resist it. Claire says, awareness is more natural and effortless than even breathing. Yes. It is the most natural thing that requires no effort at all. The most natural thing. Ustreamer297 says, thank you, Master. I'm very, very happy right now. Very good. Aradhna says, Ananta, checking in with you. I feel I'm just paddling on the surface of this great ocean of the self, not diving deep. Is this true? If so, please help. Checking in with you, feeling I'm just paddling on the surface of the great ocean of the self. If you are paddling on the surface, then the self is who? The self must be apparent for you to be able to say that I am paddling on it. So if you are the paddling or you're the one who is paddling, then the self is who? Hmm? Or is it not that the one who is paddling is just purely imagined and you are the self itself? Which one are you? Are you the paddler or are you the self? Who is watching this paddling on the self? Who is the witness of this appearance? I see you as only the self, and the self is free to pretend to be anything at all. But you can never really be anything other than what I see you as. Sindhu says, beloved Ananta, the feeling today was that everything is somehow brought back to non existence. It is all set free in the eternal. Very liberating, yes. You will have this insight that nothing has ever existed anyway. None of this ever really happened. Because you are completely untouched by this play of appearance, you will start questioning the very appearance or the emergence of the appearance at all. And you will see that it never happened. But this cannot be explained to the mind. In fact, very few words are available which can speak of this insight. So, intuitively, you will know that this is true. All this Maya, all this Leela has never existed. That is why it is Maya and that is why it is Leela. A delusion is never real. That is why it is delusion. What is aware right now? What is aware in this very moment? Aradhana says, thank you for reminding of who I am. Very good. Releasing the discontent felt here, the mind play resting at your feet. Very good. That is why we said we made it completely simple for all of you to come to the complete point of rest. Just in 2, 3 simple pointings. The simplest of pointings. We have only said let go of your next thought. Just let go of your next thought. And then you say that I want the darshan of my true self. And I say right now. By asking this simple question, are you aware now? This is the darshan of the true self. In this very instant, it is available. And then you say, but I want to see God. I want to find God. I can't find God. I can't find consciousness. I don't know what I am is. Then we say, can you stop being now? Can you stop being now? And this being which you cannot stop is God, is consciousness, is I am. Just because it is so easily accessible, don't let the mind tell you that this is of no value. This is the crux of all spirituality. All spiritual paths, every sadhana, every practice that you can do will only get you to this point of realizing your own true self. These steps even a child can take, but you have to become childlike. If you're trying to take them from the intellect, if you're trying to take them from the mind, it will not happen. So you have to become like a child when you listen to my words, and just something will click on its own. Don't even try to do something about it. Just be open to the presence of these words, and soon there will be this great clarity, and your own self will be so clear to you that you will laugh about how you ever questioned it, how you ever got confused with the delusion. But if you're still working towards it, then I can tell you to drop it. The freedom that you want is here. It is the most simple thing. So, in these 3 simple steps, we have got rid of your suffering. We have shown you your own true self, and we've also got the darshan of God. What else could we possibly want? And if something doesn't work, you tell me that this is not working and we can look at it together. Zoe says, this weekend I dropped the effort to make everything happen perfectly and let things happen as they would happen. Very good. And everything happened perfectly and beyond my imagining. Yes. It can turn out like this, or it can turn out any other way which the mind was not expecting, but ultimately it will be seen that it is perfect. So don't expect that it will turn out a certain way according to the mind's idea of perfection. Just accept that whatever is happening is perfection. Whatever is happening is God's doing, and that itself means perfection. No matter how much our mind disagrees with it, what is happening, and we cannot argue with what is appearing. Ustreamer 280 says, so clearly pointed, resting in peace. Very Wish says, it's nice when you look at the camera, okay, and you should look at it more often. Yes, I will look at it more often. Though he says, yes, thank you, Father, very good. Tears. Jyoti says, yes, yes, it's great when you look at the camera. Yes. Aradhana says, yes, true. Okay. Rays of grace flowing. And Shanti said, miss some earlier chats. I feel to tell all of you that you must now sing with joy. Sing with joy because your freedom is here. And this does not mean it has to be a external joyous expression. But celebrate the fact that the truth is completely clear. What else is there now left to do? You have seen now that you play as God Himself in this apparent universe. You play as God Himself in this apparent universe. And ultimately, even this appearance you are not. After knowing this for your own true nature, what else must there be now left to find? Drop these old clothes of the seeker. Drop these old clothes of a spiritual person. In this moment, you have found your truth. And it has always been this. And it is unshakable. What else is left to do now? Drop even this guru, teacher, student mindset and come and hug me as one. Not even a smidgen of separation. Very good. I'm not going to read all the messages because we don't want to make it a tearful satsang. But I read every single one of them, and all your words are going straight into my heart. So much love to all of you, to my own self. You are my own heart. Aradhana says, big hug Ananta and Sangha as one. Sangha of beyond. Yes. Beyond. I love it. Shanti says, the one heart. Zoe says, yes, yes, Sangha of my heart. Right. Group hug, yes. Prema says, beyond, yes. And right on cue, Atma arrives and says, so much love was not able to connect before. I was just going to ask where Atma is. Celebrate your freedom. Stop listening to the mind. Don't wait for fireworks. Don't clamor for any experience. You are the Supreme One. How can you suffer? Atma says, came right on time to see that beyond. Yes. Claire sends kisses and love. So much love to you too. Zoe says, long held worries are dissolving effortlessly. And Prema says, I celebrate my freedom. Very Om says, love fest. Yes. I feel that in these three simple pointings, all that must be said is said. Not that there's an aversion to use any other words, but there is a wonder now as to what else is required, what else is needed to be said. And if you were to publish this as a scripture, it would be the shortest book ever. The first line being a simple instruction: let go of your next thought. The second line could be to experience God in this very moment by asking, can you stop being now? And tasting the presence of being right here. And thirdly, to experience your own true self, which is prior even to consciousness, by this simple looking that, are you aware now? I feel so blessed that the Sadguru has put these words in this mouth. Because I truly feel that just in these simple pointings, freedom is available to all beings. In all beings where there is some openness, freedom is available this very instant. Atma says, yes, Father, I do know it. I am the Supreme One. Very great. Om says, to spend a moment at your feet is our greatest privilege. Needs dissolve, fears dissolve, just life moving. Because this moment is when you're in touch with your own presence, your own being. Jyoti says it's quite a good idea for a book. It can be a postcard size book, the shortest scripture ever. Lucian says, yes, 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 very good. Amina says, what a blessed life. Amaya says, wonder of BEYOND and celebrating. Zoe says, I miss the Beyond Satsang. What is this Beyond? Beyond is Atma's favorite word. And I find it a very beautiful word, and especially in her way of expression. It's so beautiful because it conveys beyond thought, beyond words, beyond the person itself. Reality is beyond all phenomena. And this reality is you. That's why I love this beyond. Maya says hugs and love. So much love. Shanti says, bless all beings in this simplicity. Thank you, Father. Love you so much. Same, dearest one. So he says, ah, beautiful. Yes. So if any of you feel that something is not clear, Don't feel scared to expose it because of the peer pressure. If you feel that, oh, everybody seems to be celebrating, but I'm not understanding anything, don't just sit with that. Feel free in satsang to come up and express it so that we can walk together, we can hold hands and bring you out of this delusion, out of the delusion and into the celebration. That is the power of presence. That is the power of satsang. Out of the delusion and into the celebration. Satsang is the celebration of our own being, of our own ever present self. Ananya says, looking into your eyes, I forget everything else. Such immense peace and joy. Love you so much, Father. Yay, Ananta. Thank you so much, my dear. Sindhu says, love you, beloved Ananta and Sangha. Signing out now. Thank you so much. Love, so much love to you too. See you soon. Thank you all so very much for joining in Satsang today. May the Master's grace continue to guide you to the ever present self. So much love. Muji ji ki jai.